Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a number of wax empties to share with you. I have Scentsy, vendor wax, and some retail wax. And I'm going to go through all of these in one video. Normally I do little videos of each. I'm just going to try something different today. So I'm filming on my tablet, and I think this has a bit longer storage than my phone does. So we shall see if I can do this all in one video. Fingers crossed. So I'm going to start with Scentsy. And by the way, these little tubs from the Dollar Tree, this is so nice because I don't know about you, I am always hauling wax of one kind or another around the house. And this makes it so much easier without dropping things. So first up, I have a couple of little fellows. First, we have the scent of the month coming up for December, which is Black Forest Pine. And oh, I love this. In the whiff box, we get this little small scent shot cup. It's about, I don't know, 1.5 ounces-ish. So Black Forest Pine is described as blue eucalyptus, fir needles, peppered tangerine, and smoky vanilla. So I had to look up blue eucalyptus because I didn't know what that was. And it is a combination of lime, of minty notes, and a little bit of patchouli. Oh, and I do get just the slightest hint of patchouli, but don't let that worry you. It's more there for a little bit of earthiness and a little bit of warmth. And I wouldn't say you could identify it right off the bat as patchouli. So this is a tree fragrance, but so much more. It has a little bit of fruit in it. You do get the fir note. You get a little earthiness and that smoked vanilla, and you do get that peppered tangerine. So this is unique, and I really enjoy this. It has a beautiful subtlety to the fruit notes. It doesn't hit you over the head. This is gorgeous. So that's Black Forest Pine, and that will be coming up as December scent of the month. Next up, the cat is getting into something, but we shan't worry about that. If she makes a cameo appearance, I will let her show her face here. Next up, I finished some pods in Pink Haze. I love Pink Haze. Pink Haze is coming back, by the way, in Bring Back My Bar, which will be in January this coming 2022. Normally, those would appear in December, but this year they're postponing it by a month. But I think consultants, we get our kits in December, so I'm looking forward to that. So Pink Haze, I had this going in my Scentsy Go, which is a fan diffuser. I had it in the car. This is a very girly fragrance. It's vanilla-laced whipped cream, marshmallow, nectarine, and sweet berries. So a beautiful, soft, fruity fragrance, very creamy, very cloud-like. Love this. So I'm so glad it's coming back. This was my last set of pods, and I was hoarding them. So I'm looking forward to that coming back. In this first little bin, I didn't finish, but I worked on Looney Tunes, which is a licensed scent, and this is a limited edition scent, I believe. And this is apple juice, ripe red berries, and sugared cherries. I like this very much. About a medium throw. This one does not have melon in it, but I sure thought I smelled honeydew, so go figure. I enjoyed it. I liked it, didn't love it. I don't know that I would get it again necessarily. But what I did enjoy more than that one was the Muppets and another licensed bar. And this one was sparkling melon. So this one does have melon, but I didn't smell it so much. Sparkling melon, cherry berry, Valencia orange, and creamy vanilla. And let me tell you, that cherry berry, orange, and vanilla together make the most beautiful, fruity, creamy fragrance. This was lovely, about a medium-high throw, and I would get that one again. Very nice. I finished a bar of apple s'mores, which, as you know, I bought 17 bars of last year in the clearance. So that should tell you how much I like this one. It should be correctly named Marshmallow Apple Cedar because it really has nothing to do with a s'more. And it is beautiful cedar fragrance in that apple, and then the creaminess from the marshmallow, absolutely spectacular. So you will continue to hear me melt those because I still have about 7 bars, I believe, which ain't bad. 10 bars of that throughout this year. Marshmallow mint, another big favorite of mine. This was from Bring Back My Bar of last year, as was Apple S'mores. This is a beautiful, cloud-like, airy, peppermint, creamy, beautiful fragrance. And last year, I thought this was on the lighter side, and it has gotten so much more intense over the year while it has sat and cured. Say what you will, most Scentsy wax is readily meltable upon arrival at your doorstep. Most of them do throw immediately, but they do gain in intensity over time, as any wax. I mean, wax is wax. So this is a beautiful fragrance, and this is from March of this year. It was abundantly strong, and I love it. Another Bring Back My Bar from last year was Peppermint Dreams. This is a lovely bracing peppermint and a kind of a dry cocoa, so it's not as creamy a chocolate. I really like this. It's a bit different. The peppermint takes the stage on this one, and the chocolate just enhances it. Love that. That's a good performer also. Next up, I worked on but did not finish, Gridiron Rush. Can we say longevity? This lasted 6 days in my bathroom. Beautiful fresh fragrance and very different. It has citrus, fresh cut grass, crisp apple, and sandalwood. So that fresh cut grass and the citrus together, oh, this is beautiful. So very different, very refreshing. And that's Gridiron Rush. So yeah, I'm going to go through that slowly because it lasts forever. I'm going to do this bin next, and this one is fall fragrances. So let me scoot the pod and this guy over here. Doing 3-card Monty. Okay, this is Orchard Apple and Spice, and this one is ripe orchard apple, bright cherry, warm spice, baking cinnamon, and clove. And oh, I really enjoy this one. This is a good performer, about a medium high. And you wouldn't note that cherry. If you came in the room, you wouldn't say, oh, it's a cherry fragrance. It's really well blended with the apple. And it's a baking cinnamon, not a red hot. So I enjoy this one very much. That's Orchard Apple and Spice. Next up, we have Mulled Cider and Spice. This is a sweeter cider, beautifully spiced. It's juicy blood orange, sweet cinnamon, and a fruit cider. And you do get that orange above the other notes. This is lovely and very different. And I love the combination of spices in here, a little bit of clove. So that's Mulled Cider and Spice. Next, one of my favorites from the winter collection, the fall-winter collection, is Toasted Acorn and Oak. And this one is Toasted Acorn, Creamy Chestnut, and Golden Oak. This is a gourmand, buttery, bakery sort of fragrance, and the chestnut is front and center. You must love that nutty chestnut note to really enjoy this one. Beautiful fragrance and long-lasting, great performer. That's Toasted Acorn and Oak. Then we have these are all from fall. This one is from the standard catalog. It was a new fragrance for the fall and winter, which is Graham Cracker Crunch. I love this because so often you get blends like a cheesecake and it'll call out graham cracker crust. And many times, at least for me, I can't really find it in the mix. This one is graham cracker front and center. It is toasted, caramelized graham cracker, crunchy peanut butter, and creamy vanilla bean. Oh, it's just so creamy and beautiful. And if you love graham cracker as much as I do, you're going to be happy with that one. Great performer, nice and strong in my home. And finally from that group, we have Cranberry Pumpkin Spice, just like it sounds. This one does have a red hot cinnamon, but it is beautifully blended. This was a great performer, and I enjoyed this. This was from the Harvest Collection. So that's Cranberry Pumpkin Spice. So lastly, and this is the Scents of the Season, which will be coming out on Monday, November 15th in this beautiful gift box. So this makes a nice presentation. You can give this as gifts, all ready to rock and roll there. Very, very beautiful. I love most of these fragrances, and 3 of them are new this year, and 2 are returning favorites. I did a separate video on these, so I'm not going to belabor them, but I will name them out. Spiced Apple Chestnut, which is really my favorite of the group. Nutty, spiced, sweet, beautiful. Fireside Chats. This is the one I was not as crazy about because it reminds me of a rib sauce here in Cincinnati, but it is smoky, fruity juiciness, and many people really are enjoying this one. Bayberry and Currant. This has juniper, I'm trying to remember the scent notes, bayberry, currant, and juniper. And the juniper is front and center. So it's tart and astringent. I love this, but for a limited time, 6 to 8 hours, and I'm about ready to move on because it is a tart fragrance. I did 2 bars of Wassail Wonderland, which is just a beloved fragrance for me. This is from last year. And this one is described as orange zest, lemon peel, cinnamon stick, and fir needles. So it's that orange zest and the lemon peel that just brighten this and elevate it above other fir spice type of fragrances. I love that. So that's Wassail Wonderland. In this same bin, but not from this collection, I have Joy and Wonder, which is from the holiday collection. Really like this one, red currant, black raspberry, and cinnamon stick. So you get those deep red fruits and then the cinnamon stick. This is gorgeous, and it was about a medium-high performance. Like this very much, and I had some good longevity from that one. So that's Joy and Wonder, and that is everything in that bin. So that is it for Scentsy, and I'm unable to pause on the tablet. So if you will excuse my noise here, I'm going to switch up the wax, and I'm going to move to retail wax. I don't have a whole bunch of these, so let me go through them. First of all, I melted a Yankee Candle Easy Melt Cup in Easter Bouquet, which is a lovely mix of various florals. This is like walking into a floral conservatory, and beautiful, long-lasting. I loved every minute of that. 2 of those, actually. And then we had a Blush Bouquet, which had more of a rose note to it. Also just beautiful. I enjoyed every minute of that. These were great. You know, the Easy Melt Cups, it's 2 full ounces of wax, and it lasts forever in the Yankee centerpiece. Next, I finished what's this called, a Simmer Snap Cup from Colonial Candles. This is an older wax. Probably 2018, if not before. This was in this. This was a very soft wax. I loved these. They're not making this format anymore. This was called Snow Day, one of my favorite fragrances of all time. They still have the name, but they have reformulated the scent, much to my sadness, because I love this, and they've changed it into something much more perfumey. This one is Eucalyptus Mint and Dewy Greens, and you do get those dewy greens. So there's a fresh green note. The eucalyptus is quite nose clearing in this one, and a beautiful mint. So I love this. I have 2 more cups of this, and that is Colonial Candle Snow Day in the original formulation. Next up, this is the end of Country Candle Minted Lemonade. I broke a candle. It was my fault. I dropped it on the floor, and it was so beautiful that I saved the wax and chunked it up carefully, mind you. And that was a lovely fresh mint and a very fresh, like fresh cut lemons, and then a beautiful mint, like mint leaf. So I loved this so much, and I melted every last bit of it, and it is gone. So I do hope that comes back because it's sold out now. Love that one. Okay, next up from Country Candle, which is from Kringle Candle, Iced Citrus. And this is a big favorite of my husband. First of all, these labels. Is that not beautiful? Like an old-timey still life. Iced citrus is lemon, grapefruit, peppermint, verbena, and pine needles. So this is my husband's favorite. He will come rushing out if I put this on to say, "You've got that morning again," which is cool. I love this, and I'm glad he's so enthusiastic about it. Very fresh. The pine needle is actually in the background. This is more about the citrus, a little bit of the peppermint, very fresh. Love it. That's iced citrus, and I have repurchased many of these and 2 candles. Okay, the rest of these are Kringle and Country, I believe. Yes. Okay, so Country Candle, Cranberry Orange in the wax melt format. Oh, this was beautiful. So this was recommended by my friend Leanne from Southern Comfort 1 on Instagram and here on YouTube. And this is just like it sounds. It is a very juicy orange and a tart cranberry. This was strong, a powerhouse, lasted forever. So I have repurchased this one as well. That was Cranberry Orange. Next up we have, this is one of the new from the winter collection from Kringle, Aurum and Evergreen. So I have never heard of Aurum. This is described as pink grapefruit, apple, pomegranate, cinnamon leaf, and Siberian fir. What a beautiful, this is a softer fragrance. By that, it had a good intensity. I just mean it isn't something that clobbers you over the head. It threw well. It's just a less concentrated fragrance. The pink grapefruit is tart and beautiful with the pomegranate, and then you have a little sweetness from the apple, and that Siberian fir just carries the day. This is a gorgeous fragrance, and I have repurchased this, surprisingly enough. Next, we have Brandy Pumpkin. This was an individual wax melt from Kringle. I find these less strong than the wax melts in the clamshell. I don't know why that would be so, but that's been my experience. Just like it sounds, you have a brandy note and a lovely, I would say more of a raw pumpkin, not a cooked pumpkin. Love every minute of this. It was different and beautiful. Oak and fig, also just like it sounds, a gorgeous woody oak note, and the depth of that kind of tangy fig. This lasted forever, and it was a wax melt, very nice and strong. I have repurchased that. That's oak and fig. So I know I say Kringle and Country interchangeably. It's the same company. Country Candle, I have colored wax. Kringle is all white, and Kringle does have a soy option. Here we have Country Candle. This is going today. I have it throughout the house. This is Candy Cane Lane. This is really, to me, misnamed. So this is Peppermint, Cocoa, and Creamy Vanilla. And to me, this smells just like a peppermint patty, like a York. So beautiful. This is a powerhouse. I have it going throughout the house in Scentsy warmers, do I have all Scentsy warmers going today? I do. And they are all strong. This is a 9, whichever room it's in. Beautiful. Again, I would have named this Mint Chocolate Lane rather than Candy Cane Lane, because to me this is a peppermint patty. Beautiful fragrance. Okay, this one is Kringle Holiday Cookies, just like it sounds. A nice crisp sugar cookie with a nice vanilla note. Enjoyed that very much. And finally, Peppermint Cocoa. So this one is more about the chocolate and less about the mint. This is like a hot cup of cocoa that you've put a bit of mint into, but primarily this is about the chocolate, less concentrated than the Candy Cane Lane. So I prefer the Candy Cane Lane. So there you go. I enjoyed those tremendously. Very happy with the Kringle line, their fragrances, as well as the Country Candle line. Really enjoying them. And these Yankee Candle florals were beautiful. Okay, lastly, I'm going to go into vendor wax. So I'm going to do this by vendor as best I can. I have a number of little tubs here. So, and I'm pleased to say I have gotten my vendor wax down to my goal, which is the one small 3-drawer little bin that I will show in a different video. But my goal this year was to get through an enormous amount of vendor wax. I will always buy vendor wax, even though I am a Scentsy consultant, because I love so many of our beautiful vendors. But I just had way too much, and it was making me very anxious. So there are certain vendors I will always buy from. I just really needed to tone it down. And I'm happy I got through that. But wow, it was a mission of love. Okay, first up, from Destination Wax, one of my favorite vendors, we had Lavender Blackberry. So beautiful. Destination Wax, Rebecca is my go-to for all things lavender. This was beautiful. Very lovely, deep blackberry and her spectacular herbal lavender. Tea and Cakes, this was gorgeous, beautiful tea note, and we had the bakery, and there's an orange note in this as well. Strength and Throw was about a 9, and I enjoyed it. Scent Appeal was a 10. Fresh Tide, whoa, this was so authentic. I grew up with Tide. My mother loved Tide. I do too. This was very strong and authentic. It was a 10, Strength and Throw. I put a 7 just because I was not in the mood for laundry that day, but this is authentic and I loved it. We had Pistachio and Rosewater Cake. This was just like it sounds. It was 10, Strength and Throw. For me, Scent Appeal on this one, I wasn't sure I liked the rose with the pistachio, so I only gave that a 5. But no fault of the blend. It was nicely blended, just not so much to my nose. And finally, eucalyptus and peppermint. Oh, this was beautiful. Very bracing eucalyptus and a nice balance with the peppermint. I have a lot more destination wax. I just got a haul in, all holiday scents. Oh, so I'm enjoying that. Beautiful, beautiful vendor. Another favorite vendor of mine is Empire Alchemy, and I went through quite a bit. I'm not going to name every scent note here. I had 3 full drawers of Empire Alchemy, and I have gotten through all of it. So I'm very pleased. And now I can order from her without feeling like, you know, I'm just going overboard all the time. Okay, first up we had tea and a good book. This was a tea blend, Earl Grey tea, blackberry, and Danish butter cookies. Beautiful. Hello, Autumn. Oh, I love this. Pumpkin chai latte. Gorgeous. Again, I'm not going to read every note here. I will belabor my favorites. Pumpkin spice frosted oatmeal cookies. This was gorgeous. I got the autumn sampler from her, and I would order that a million times over again. It was wonderful. Pumpkin spice frosted oatmeal cookies, just like it sounds. Fall vibes. This had a mix of dried figs, raspberry, black tea, and vanilla ice cream, among other things. That was a beautiful blend. Really, I enjoyed that sampler so much. Sugar and spice cider. Pumpkin crumb cakes. No, pumpkin candy corn cheesecake. Yeah, I can read. That was really nice. The cheesecake was not sour. Falling for You, another fall blend. This had apple strudel, caramel custard. Soft Focus. I don't remember this one. Oh, cardamom spiced peaches. That was that one. Lovely. Scarecrow. I think this had a hay note. Charred hay bales. I don't always like that hay note, but boy, with the charred, that was gorgeous. Yosemite is a favorite of mine. I think you've heard me talk about that many times. Autumn Moon. This was apple and tobacco. Love. Comfort and Joy. This was wood smoke, black coffee, and creamy marshmallow. Oh, just to die for. And Christmas Tree, this one's blue spruce, balsam, tree sap, and sweet vanilla, and it was lovely. So that's all Empire Alchemy. I enjoyed each and every one of those. I can't say there was a one in there I wasn't happy with. Next up from the Bathing Garden, and let me make sure this is still filming. It is. We are at 22 minutes. We shall see if this continues to allow me to tape. I think so. We'll see. Okay, Cranberry Fig from the Bathing Garden, just like it sounds. So you have that tart cranberry and then the rich earthiness of the fig. This was beautiful, and it threw like a champ. Charred jack-o'-lantern, which has long been the standard to me for charred scents. And I don't know if Shannon has changed her formula a little bit. This smelled slightly different to me. It was not as deep a char note as I recall. I loved it nonetheless, but I preferred it when it was more smoky. Cindy Lou Who, this is a very girly fragrance. This is lilac, candied lavender, soft powder, creamy butter, and sponge sugar. I'm not always a lilac fan, but this was beautiful. The lavender is really the strongest note. It's a beautiful, sweet blend, and again, very girly and pretty. And finally, this is a perpetual favorite of mine, Ginger Orange Peppercorn. I have multiple bars of this, just like it sounds, that peppery note with the ginger and the orange. Oh, excellent performance. I will buy that until the day I die. That is beautiful. So those are all the Bathing Garden, and let me say again, her presentation, the decorations on her wax just exceed everybody. It's so beautiful. Okay, and then lastly, oh no, not lastly, I have Up the Creek. Oh, I love Up the Creek. Now I got a bunch of these too, so let me move briskly through here. Strawberry pretzel. Wow, that is so good, because strawberry, I love strawberry. Sometimes I get tired of it, but with the pretzel, that nutty saltiness, oh, and high throw. Up the Creek, I get excellent performance. This one is Cookies by the Fire, just like it sounds, a smoky bakery. Beautiful. Cream cheese frosted lemon cake pops. Oh, that's just decadent. It was so good. Cinnamon sugar donuts, which everyone and their brother makes, and this was excellent, very strong. Lemon pound cake zucchini bread. You know, I'm having trouble with zucchini this year. Last year I melted so much zucchini, and I have to say I've just gotten a little tired of it. So, I think this stopped filming. No, it didn't. Okay, sorry. Just don't mind. Nothing behind the curtain. Okay, lemon pancake. Yes, the zucchini bread. I am burned out on zucchini. Last year I really loved it, and this year I just can't. This was a beautiful blend. I loved it last year. I don't know what's wrong with me this year. I can't do zucchini bread right now. Sugared lemon oranges, so refreshing and fresh and bright. Raspberry cotton candy. Yeah, this was a lovely rich raspberry. I enjoyed it. This was not long lasting, which is very unusual for Up the Creek, and it might have been that the bag was open, which would be my fault from sniffing. Cookie bakery ice cream scoop bread. Yes, just like it sounds. Bakery, you get a little bit of strawberry in the scoop bread. Very nice. This one is black raspberry, vanilla, boardwalk, marshmallow clouds. Beautiful, perfumey, and that raspberry note. Oh. And finally, lemon lime thyme. Beautiful. So just like it sounds, very refreshing with lemon. This was not like Mountain Dew. This was more of very realistic lemon and lime. So that's Up the Creek. I always say don't sleep on that vendor. It's so much available all the time on her website. Excellent throw, and very sweet vendor as well. Very nice to deal with. Another excellent vendor who I need to order from in the new year is Britta's Creepy Treasures. This was She'll Die First. This was my zombie head, and as you can see, it is gone. I melted all of this over the last 3 months. This is a beautiful blend. So this is Buttermint, Pink Sugar, and Mrs. Klaus cookies. So, oh, it's just the most beautiful, sweet, minty bakery fragrance. I love this. So Brita, to me, excellent wax. Long-lasting, great throw. And I miss my zombie head. Then last we have two from Zape. I love Zape, and I have some Zape left. I will need to be ordering more in the new year. Again, without going crazy. I'm trying to keep my stash right where it is. Okay, this was Flat White, which is a coffee blend. I tell you what, Ashley can do coffee blends. Beautiful. So this is espresso and vanilla creme, and it is so, that creaminess, and it's the vanilla note in there, and then the depth of the espresso. This is gorgeous. So that's Flat White. And the last of the old-fashioned soda pop shop sampler. Oh, so good. This was Sugar Rush, which is described as cotton candy, pink lemonade, and fizzy soda. This sampler was the bomb. So good, and they're all gone also. Sadness, but I'm happy that I've made progress through the wax. That is it. Thank you so much for watching. We are at 27 minutes, which for me is a long video. So I will do another video of my candle empties. I really have been enjoying all of the wax and candles. It's been a great melting season. So thank you for watching. Until next time, remember to hug your families, and bye for now.